Good morning. Look, on this particular video, this is going to be a NASDAQ video on how we were able to do what we did. Quick setup, very simple, very simple system that I use that you can carry with you, and you can literally do the same thing that I'm doing to be extremely consistent in the market. But at the same time, trading with peace. That is so important, to be able to trade and have peace while you are trading. So I thank God for that. I thank God for just giving me the insight and showing me, but not only showing me, but also showing you as well. So again, we're going to go over NASDAQ. But before we actually get into the setup, the strategy, the system, I want to show you exactly what we do over here. My name is Kirby Keeline, and I have a NASDAQ setup room, EURUSD setup room, and SPY setup room. So every morning, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern time, I am giving breakdown setups for how you ought to trade on this particular indices or forex or options. We cover all three of those things. If you want to join me here, and again, this is not financial advice. I want to be clear. This is not financial advice. All this is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. But if you do want to get a membership, you can subscribe below. Tier 1 goes on is $64.99 a month, and goes on tier 2 is $130 a month. So every morning you'll be able to come over here and it'll look just like this. So today is July 24th that I am making this video. Every morning between 6 a.m. and 6:10, everything will be updated. The things that will actually be updated is going to be a video and also a screenshot. So this screenshot represents NASDAQ for today. And what I like to do is I like to send out this screenshot every morning so you guys can know how to mark up your charts as well. And then the video is me explaining how we're going to trade based upon those markup zones. So now this is not only just telling you, hey, buy now, sell here. No, it's also helping you to develop as a trader, which is extremely important. A lot of us miss like we pass that aspect of actually developing. So now let's get back to our setup on this particular day. Today, on this trade from yesterday, it was really good trade, very good setup. And I'm just going to kind of give you a breakdown, strategy, all that good stuff. So as you can see, overall, if you look at this market, we zoom out, we can clearly see that we are in a uptrend. Everything, we're in an uptrend right now, right? But that does not necessarily mean that we are going to get in a trade that's going to the upside because we are in an uptrend. What we're simply going to do is look for a channel that's happening right now. What is happening right now that is consistent? And what we can see is this right here, right? We got this area right here, which is also in an uptrend. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from this low wick and we're going to bring it to this next wick right here. So let me zoom in so you guys can see a little bit better. So what we're going to do is from this wick to this wick, we're simply going to just drag it over here. All right, as simple as that. Now we're also going to go from this point here, and we're going to just bring it right across here. Boom. It's going to look something like this. So this morning, price looked like this. Now, can you see the pattern, right? Can you see the system? We got price respecting here, price respecting here, respect. Price finally comes down to respect this key level here again, and now it pushed up. Now, notice that this wick here did not come up to the zone. So for me, whenever I see a wick that does not come back up to the gold zone, it is, to me, I see that as price is starting to get exhausted. And what that means by price is starting to get exhausted, that means that this channel that we're seeing, this upwards channel, is starting to want to curl over, create a U shape, and start to fall back down to the downside. And so because we did not touch this gold zone, my immediate thought was, okay, we are going to eventually be pushing to the downside if price never comes back up to this gold zone. Now, if we start to see this begin to fly up here, okay, cool. We'll start to look for shorts again based upon, because we're simply going to follow the rhythm of the market. But because we touched here last and price has not came up to touch here, if it comes back to touch this gold zone before it pushes back up to this gold zone, I'm going to look for a short to the downside. All right. And literally, it's that simple. So boom, price, and there it was. Price broke. But what I want to see is I want to see price come back up to respect this key level. All right, so we got a nice break. We got a clean break to the downside. That's what we're looking for. But price has not came back to respect this key level yet. Right now, on this particular trade, it was a few candles later that price came back. But oftentimes what we can get is price break and the next candle likes to come back and respect for a pushback down too. So it really doesn't matter which candle it is. Just that first candle that comes back to that gold zone after we get a clean break like that, that's what we want to attack to the downside. All right. So boom, we're patient, 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 patient. And there it was right there. So it was this candle here. I got this a little bit off. As you can see, this little wick here. Now, this is one thing I want to say as well. If you have any of your trend lines off, make sure you fix them, because that can make a difference between a winning trade or a losing trade, or you not simply entering the trade. So when I bring this down to this level here like it was supposed to just the low wick instead of in the middle of the wick, make sure you bring it to the low wick, all right? And this was where we were able to enter this trade for a short position back to the downside. Just gotta be patient. Stop loss was at 25 today. And that's all she wrote to the downside. Boom. Price just flew down to the downside. And that's what we got today. So on this particular day, it ended up being a 4-to-1, which is a great day. Very simple, smooth strategy. Literally, that's what we do every single day on these three things. All right. So look, God bless you, and I will talk to you on the next video. Bye.